Hello everybody, I'm Melanie Dropsmith's founder, and I would just love to thank you so much for all your wonderful answers and everything you've been sharing with me on which subject you would like to learn more about, what would you like to improve as an aromatherapy educator, and much, much more. One thing that has been popping up a lot is about blending, and this is where some of you don't feel secure and you would like to feel more confident in blending and knowing exactly why certain essential oils are used for a certain application. Also, you have told me that you love to learn more about chemistry, but more specifically, again, connected to formulating and blending. You're also very interested in research and case studies. So today I'm going to try and bring all of this together to give you kind of a little gift for what you've been sharing. So let's get right to it. What I am taking today is a case study that has been done quite some time ago, but still very interesting to look at. And here they have been using 3 different essential oils to try and get a successful result for pain, sleep, stride length. So what is interesting with this study is that it didn't work. So let me show you why it didn't work. It's actually very, very simple. And formulating is all about that, knowing what is in your blend and what is your goal at the end of the day, and some other tips and tricks. And then that brings you to a very effective and successful result, which they completely missed here. So let me show you why. So first of all, one tip for everybody out there is keep your goal as singular as possible. So here they have pain, sleep, stride length. So right away, I can see a disaster coming up because sleep and stride length just doesn't go together, because sleep you would like to sedate somebody, whereas in the second one you would like to see, more power, more action. So right away we are choosing oils for a completely different thing. Pain can work either way, but these two just don't come together. And you can see that very clearly in the oils they chose. So rosewood, eucalyptus radiata, and wild mint. 3 fantastic oils for many things, but not for this purpose. So if you look at rosewood, and here it is our blend together, but let's look at each of these individually. So rosewood is a sedative, so right on, a great choice for, for sleep. And if you look at, what it's used for, you will see that it is used for calmness and such things. So for all of you that were questioning why this oil is good for these things, let me show you a secret. It's right here. It's over 80% linalool, and linalool has many different wonderful effects. Also analgesic, so they got 2 out of 1. So let's just come back here. So pain and sleep with rosewood, already nailed it. So because it's analgesic, and as well, if you scroll down this long list, you will see that at the end of the day, it is also end of the list. It is also a sedative. So this is where your formulating comes. So this would have been a great choice if what you're trying to do is get somebody to sleep and also work on their pain. But this is where it gets interesting. For some reason, they chose eucalyptus radiata, and I can tell you why. They chose it because it is great for pain and it is great for the stride length. Because if you look at how authors and aromatherapists would suggest this to use, you will see that it's, here you go, for stimulation, for example, so to activate the person to move. And for all of you who would like to go a step further and know why they chose this oil for this, you will see that it is because the main reason is because of the high content of 1,8-cineol, which if you look at it again, it's a great analgesic, so we're working on that pain. But again, if you scroll down that list, and you can do this on your own time, you will find that it actually stimulates, and it is Just a little bit more. Another smooth muscle relaxant, so very good for pain again here, but it does, ooh, such a long list, I apologize. It does also work on, stimulating receptors. So there you go. It would have been a great choice if what they were doing was pain and stride length, but it's completely contradictory to sleep. So just those two don't go together for that effect. If they were using rosewood and eucalyptus radiata as a combination for pain, that would have made sense for me, but not sleep and stride length. It just doesn't go together. Are you seeing this? And it's very simple. You can see it through chemistry. Lastly, they chose wild mint. And although it does have a lot of monoterpene alcohols, the alcohols in question here are, and I'll skip right to the chemistry because by now you're probably seeing that this is where your answer is to formulating. It's a lot of menthol, tons of menthol. Again, a great analgesic. But what it does, it again stimulates you. It stimulates the receptors. It refreshes you. That smell, just by smell, when you smell menthol, you're refreshed. We don't even need to look further than that. Although we do have, more information on that. For example, here it is recommended to be productive, which you are probably not going to be productive if you're very well sedated and sleepy. So this is just a very quick video to show you how to go about formulating versus, just blending whatever. And this is why I insist on calling it formulating, because it is a formula. We know why each oil in the blend is to create an effect, to create that goal. And also we create a goal that is reasonable. So this is an interesting study that I like to present to my students and now to you, to show how you can do a terrible blend, and you can see why. I would like to invite you now to do a little game with me and tell me what you would do if you had a client or a student who would come to you and say, I love to use Sero and I would like to use it for my respiratory condition, but I'm all out of it. So what would you suggest? What would you suggest to your student or your client to use instead of Sero for respiratory conditions? I'm looking forward to your answers, and I will address that in my next video. Thank you for watching and have a lovely day. Bye.